Okay, boys and girls, we are live against very good advice. We decided to go live. Hello, Scott and Midnight.
How's it going?
I don't know. What's up?
Hello.
How you doing,
Scott.
Athena?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. We're pretty
Good.
well, I should say.
It's cloudy here, so it's kind of a.
What's up?
Hello.
How you doing, Athena?
Ooh, somebody else did it. Cool. I'm not the only one that does that.
Hey, Speed, I want all your books.
I know you do. You want me to die. Well,
No,
you
I
in
don't.
luck.
Well, okay, why am I in luck? You gonna die now?
Well, I got a neck pain and I've been having dizzy spells and I'm going to the clinic. So, I mean, just keep an eye on it, Midnight. You might get lucky.
Well, okay, but the question is, am I in your will?
No.
Then there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, cute cup.
Yeah. I guess I don't know how we're going to handle that. I have to have a talk with my children. I think they would love to have somebody come over here with a dump truck and get these 15,000 tons of books that I have. If anything happened to me,
Trust me, if I could, I would right now.
My mother, when she passed away, had tons and tons and tons of murder mysteries. She was a big murder remo, and so those ended up, most of them, going to the county library.
Yeah.
And, so that's something to think about if your kids don't want them.
No, whoa, Scott, don't give me any ideas.
Oh.
Well, I told this story before. My best friend and soulmate Mac passed away in when the hell was it? 2008, and he had a library. He had like probably 2,000. Maybe $10,000 worth of books, and he had like encyclopedias of philosophy and neuroscience, and he had philosophy, and we used to rob books from the library in northern Minnesota, and we wanted to repay them. So I called them up and I said I wanted to donate Mac's books, and number one, they asked if he smoked, and I said yeah, and they said, oh, we don't want books that smell like smoke. And number two, they said, well, are they like murder mysteries and fiction? And I said, no, it's philosophy and science. And they said, oh, we don't get a lot of call for that.
Of course.
So they turned it down. So she ended up selling the books at a garage sale. And I went over and loaded my Cadillac to the hilt with those books and bought them from his sister for like $130.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I need to ask the question of everybody here.
Yes.
Is everybody here wearing pants?
I am.
No.
I am.
I'm wearing shorts, but nothing that would be inappropriate for a video.
I got pants on.
Oh no, I just wanted to let you know I'm not wearing pants.
I decided to wear it. Well, I think it's pants on Tuesday. Pants on Tuesday. No, we usually have pants on Thursday. Like every week, whether we need to or not, we wear pants.
Did everybody see? That was just the most amazing thing I've seen in a long time.
What's that?
Gavin not wearing pants and
Another fiction,
being completely clueless that about what the hell was going on.
Oh no!
I mean,
did he really?
I mean,
you didn't see that?
I heard it, but I thought it was a joke. I thought they were joking.
No, and it went on and on and on.
Oh,
okay,
no.
look, if Drag can get on camera without a shirt, Gavin can get on camera without pants. Okay, there you go.
Do you think Skylar it would bother him if you brought that up and showed it and we commented on it?
You mean praise?
No, aren't you talking about Skylar Fiction's video he just put out about Gavin and not wearing pants?
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought I sort of haven't been paying attention to Skylar because he said he stopped making videos.
occasionally he'll put something out, and he put this one out.
Yep.
Okay, Brenda. So which video was it? Was it the one I'm talking about here? The one I have in the description?
In the description.
Was it on Praise's channel last night?
No, it was on what is that called? That debate channel.
Modern day debate?
No, the other one. TAP or something.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh, the one
Tart. It was on Tart.
Okay.
It was on Tart.
Okay.
And if Skylar Fiction made a video about it, that would probably condense it a lot more.
Oh my God, we got to find this shit.
I don't think Skylar would be offended if you played portions of his video, but I don't know.
So you did find it on Skylar's channel. I wanted to first of all mention "Gonna Go For It," and I linked it in the description. Is a channel run by Peter and a few other people that are really cool, and they interview theists about what they believe. And it is not, is very opposite of Dumpster Fire. They're really good interviews. And he interviewed Standing for Truth a few months ago, and Standing for Truth just wanted to argue about evolution. And around 310. Okay. Anyway, but he has really good content. And last night he came onto Praise's channel and was I think horribly abused by Redefine Living, Sam. Have you had?
If it been like or at a table or in a bar, there's a couple times where I might have punched that Sam guy.
Yeah, I might have punched him too. Yeah, I had to turn it off. I was listening to it while I was trying to sleep. I had insomnia, and I had to turn it off because it was doing the opposite of lulling me to sleep like Praise usually does. It was keeping me up. It was pretty terrible.
Real quick, I put a link to Skylar's video in the private chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, it's the same link I put in there.
Is it? Oh, it is. Okay. Open link. We have a no pants. Oh, Gavin, no pants. Awesome. Okay. Let's fucking love this stuff. What? This isn't real, is it? Oh no, this I don't know what's Gavin.
He interleaves a video from a movie in between.
That's what he's doing. I thought Gavin doesn't look that good. Oh, let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and find it. Who's this? Oh, Tom Hanks, or no, Tom Cruise, right? Isn't that from that prostitute movie?
There you go.
Risky business.
There you go.
Oh my God! What the fuck is he doing? Is he drunk?
Yes, maybe.
What the?
This is on YouTube, by the way.
Who is the interview? Who's he talking to?
It's a debate, and Josh Bowen is moderating, or at least.
Yeah, Dr. Josh is moderating. Canadian Atheist is the other side, and Gavin is.
Look at Josh. Look at Josh. He's like, what the fuck am I looking at? This is what my life has come to.
and Gavin is it. You can see it sometimes. He repositions what he's sitting on, and what he's sitting on is a stuffed bear.
Oh my God! It gets worse.
Why camera? Why the camera?
Yeah, so Skylar just inserts this for artistic effect.
Isn't this from like oh my, that's cool. Like Boogie Nights.
That's actually Gavin. That's actually Gavin.
Yeah, that's actually Gavin right there.
Stapler boy.
This is from what movie? It's like one of the first movies.
What is it? Is it Ferris Bueller?
No, it's
I don't know.
The one about the prostitutes where they The teenager decided to run a prostitute place or something. I forget what it is. He must link it in his description, right? No, he doesn't. Oh my God!
You want to know the name of the movie?
Oh shit! I can't remember.
Risky Business. Tom Cruise.
Risky Business. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Shit. Oh my God. That is a blessing.
So this went on and on and on. Skylar is taking little snippets here and there, but it just went on and on the entire time. I mean, he has absolutely no self-awareness at all. Gavin has none whatsoever. And he keeps repositioning himself. People in the chat were saying, if a dildo pops out, I'm out of here.
Or that teddy bear has a sniffy. Oh my God. So a couple times, like on Praise's stream, Gavin will pop on and he's sitting there with it. Really, I mean, he doesn't look good laying down, right? Okay. So he's laying down, he's got no shirt on. At least he was wearing a shirt in this one. But he's got no shirt on and he's sitting there in front of the camera. And then what was it? I think Stupid Horror Energy came on once onto the stream, and she turned her camera on, and she was in exactly the same spot, and she had no shirt on, and she instantly became my hero of all time.
Okay. What the fuck is wrong with you two? When they can also,
I call that a Batman move. And the cool thing is, who the hell was it? Jill. Jill disappeared like smoke. He immediately bailed out of the studio.
Hang on. You know what Gavin did isn't as bad as what the Cinema Snob accidentally did once. If I remember correctly, there's a clip of him. There's a clip of the Cinema Snob coming into frame completely naked, and he's like, "Oh no!" Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
No.
Well, it's not as bad as that. At least Gavin, at least you see nothing.
Yeah. So, let's see. Sure. I'm gonna shut my camera off for the time being. Yeah. And I do have pants on, and I still want to shut the camera off, even with pants on. Okay. So anyway, last night was pretty interesting because I got up at like 2:00 and Gonna Go For It was playing a clip, which he later took down. And I just, and it sounded like him and Standing for Truth having a little kerfuffle over the fact that Standing for Truth came on his channel, then downloaded the video in a monetized form and put it out. And Peter from Gonna Go For It does not approve of monetizing his stuff. He donates what he makes. He doesn't have a Patreon. He doesn't want to profit from it. And he had told Standing that the agreement was you can put it up in 1 month, but I think it was that you can't monetize it, that sort of thing. And of course, Stanley, I think he did it to me a couple times where he took my videos and put them up without my permission. I don't know if it was him or somebody else did it. And it was, and it doesn't bother me because he gets more views, but it is kind of offensive when they do it without asking you. I think we should always ask permission. So anyway, then I noticed that video had been taken down, and then Peter was over on Praise's channel. And then Redefined Living, Sam, have you dealt with him, Brenda?
With whom?
Redefined Living.
I'm not familiar with him, no.
He's always on the chat, and he always insults me and makes rude comments, and he's just I always thought of him as a dick until last night, and now I'm raising him up to the classification of super dick. So he's like a super dick, and he fancies him. So he's very much like John Maddox. He fancies himself like he really has the rational upper ground, and he's talking to these silly atheists and telling them how absurd they are. So that is the background of the clip.
Hey, you do not badmouth talk Maddox, okay? He's an alpha male.
He's an alpha male. He can grow a big beard. you've heard of epistasis among genes? You know, like there'll be one gene that has a positive trait, and there'll be another gene that has a somewhat negative trait, but the positive one overrides it, and the two genes ride together. If you can grow a big beard, there's another gene that causes a really small dick. So I don't know if you knew that or not.
I didn't, but I don't think John has a big dick or a small one. And that's that's kind of a
Well, no, you can tell by the size.
strange.
You can tell by the size of it because of genetic epistasis. So you can know that just by looking at his beard. If you have a big bushy beard that looks like a brush cleaner, then small penis. It's a fact, well-known fact. And on this channel, we only have facts.
Sure.
So, Speed, in this video, are we going to focus on this guy, Redefine Living's argument, or just his shitty attitude?
His argument and his shitty attitude.
Okay. You can do both things.
Yeah, I want to talk about the argument. Okay. Okay, I'm going to roll it, and foreskin is the word, and you have to speak loudly because I'm old and senile, and I won't hear you. Let's see, where are we? Where are we at? 5:39:36. We are. I think this is where Peter comes in and starts talking. Let me know if you can hear.
For what I know,
what is going on?
I'm not saying.
Oh, forgot to unmute the site. Could you guys hear? Okay.
Not everything about this, but for what I know, we currently have, I think, 9 working hypotheses on abiogenesis, all of which could be true at the same time. Okay. I don't think that I'm qualified to say which of those is the one that got us here. For me, the most important part is that we have 9 working explanations on how we got life from non-life.
So Peter,
I'll have to stick with that. I have to stick with what the qualified people tell me. I can check their papers, and that's it.
So the qualified people. So would you agree that that is the consensus?
No, it's not consensus because, as I said, they're they're all hypotheses.
What is the
consensus?
What is the consensus? The scientific consensus say about origins?
There isn't one. Currently, as far as I know, there isn't one.
Okay, here's where he brings up consensus right away. And it took a while I'm still not entirely sure where he was going, but I think it kind of blends in with the rest of it. So I'm not sure what answer he was looking for. He never did say what he thinks the scientific consensus is on abio. And I think what the most creationists think is that the scientific consensus is that we don't know. And that might be fair.
Yeah, I would say there's not a consensus on abiogenesis because there's so many hypotheses and so little information.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what a consensus is?
Yes.
Okay, so
a consensus
majority that creates a consensus.
Yes.
And if the majority of these scientists believe in God, then we would be teaching creation right now.
No, not if they're on.
That's bullshit because I think the majority. No, I guess the majority of scientists don't believe in God, but even if they were, it wouldn't make a difference because the majority of Americans do, right? Is that?
Yeah, and the thing is, he thinks that if the majority of scientists believed in God, they would believe their particular bullshit form of
creationism,
fundamentalism, evangelicalism,
right,
and biblical liberalism, and so that's a whole lot of ifs. So
yeah, and they don't even have the majority in Christianity. I mean, young Earth creationism is definitely still a minority. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope. Okay.
Yeah, and he makes a couple of assumptions I've heard through most of this argument. So yeah, keep it rolling.
No, hold it.
Drink from your little kitty cup.
I'm going to. Okay,
I don't
and this
think
is
you're
not meant
using
to be.
logic,
Hold on, this is not meant to be
at
insulting.
all.
And
I think
let
that
me
you've
let me
just lost
explain.
yourself.
Let me explain why I
Foreskin.
said that.
I just want to say, when they start a sentence with "this isn't meant to be an insult," they're going to insult them anyway.
Yeah.
Because if anybody said half the things to me that they introduced with "this isn't meant to be an insult" or be disrespectful, like I said, if we were at a bar, I'd probably end up punching them.
Yeah. I'm not sure who said that. Was that Peter or was that Redefined? I'm not sure.
Redefined does it a lot. Peter may have done it once or twice, but
okay. Okay. Rolling
on a theist real soon, who's not only a Christian, but he's also an author of textbooks on evolution. So whether or not a scientist is Christian has nothing to do with the science that he does and the observations that he makes.
So, Peter, let me ask you this. Do people do science based on a presupposition?
There are certain presuppositions in science. Religion is not one of them.
So what is the no true Scotsman fallacy?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Foreskin. Damn it. Okay.
I don't see the.
I forgot to click it. I didn't listen to myself. So first of all, the question was, how did man get here on abiogenesis, which they asked Peter from another, I think earlier in the stream, and then they were accusing Peter of dodging and not wanting to talk about it.
By the way, you guys know who Peter is, right?
Yeah, from Gonna Go For It.
Yeah, that's Gonna Go For It.
It's linked in the description. His channel is, and it's a wonderful channel. Everybody should listen to him.
He did my intro.
Doesn't this?
Go ahead, Brenda.
Oh, I was just going to say, doesn't this just scream? I learned of logical fallacies just the other day.
Yep. Yeah. So, but he went from asking about abiogenesis to asking what a consensus was. And he was trying to make some point about that, but he never made it. And then he started asking him if scientists have presuppositions. And in other words, are all scientists biased? And now he's talking about the no true Scotsman fallacy. So we've gone through 4 on one question. When Peter tried to answer, he's driven him through 4 different stages.
Well, this is how it works.
Yeah.
Like explicitly. And the thing is, there's literally nothing that doesn't utilize presuppositions. Mathematics and logic uses presuppositional axioms. So
yeah, but the presuppositions
asking if science utilizes presuppositions means nothing. Every system of thought, discovery, observation, what have you, utilizes presuppositions.
Okay, but there's some equivocation here. There's some bullshit here. When you make presuppositions in logic or in logic or mathematics, you have axioms. You understand what you're doing. You understand your presuppositions, and they're reasonable. In science, the presupposition is methodological naturalism, because of course you can't do science unless you cannot do science unless you can measure a result, right? Unless you have, unless we're looking for normative systems. So this is bullshit. He's trying to, what he's trying to do, and I think what all creationists do is he's trying to manipulate Peter into a certain avenue of responses so that they can do a gotcha on him. And I think
he's trying to pull a Darth Dawkins right here. You can see that, right? He's trying to get on the presup apologist route by asking him, well, does science use presuppositions? Because then he's going to ask, well, how do you know those presuppositions are valid? How do you ground them? Yada, yada. I guarantee you that's the road he's going down.
I wish I had read as many scientific papers as Speed and others, but I have read some papers where there's a section where they kind of list their presuppositions. Kind of do a we're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Platonism, in other words, blah blah blah. Is that common among your biologists and geologists and all the ists like that?
Usually it's very well understood that everybody's using methodological naturalism, and that's one of the reasons why creationist and ID papers do not pass peer review, because they frequently stick in all sorts of philosophical assumptions and religious based assumptions, which and you have no means of determining that with science. So they immediately cut their throats when they start talking about ID or creationism. And,
I
they
did
get into this.
Scott,
go ahead.
Scott, were you referring to more the methodology section of a paper where it talks about what methods they utilized in that experiment? Because almost all, at least, there are some papers that don't. Technical literature where you might not find that. That's going to be like very, very few and even further in between. But the vast majority of technical literature has a methodology section, because and Speed has made this clear numerous times, when you do an experiment, you have to single out certain variables. You're trying to examine one nuanced aspect of some phenomenon or set of phenomena in the natural world. So you've got to have a set of methods, a methodology for how you went about that experiment.
Yeah. Yeah, and scientists don't normally talk philosophy or religion, but they will tell you about their methods, and they will tell you any assumptions that they do make. So,
I just think I just thought there was more of openness about what you're assuming when you go into a paper. That, of course, the only ones I read, there's been two kinds of papers: theological from back in my seminary days, and then I've read a few like psychology papers as part of that, and there were some sections where they listed out all their presuppositions that weren't really going to be a part of what they're writing about, but based on those presuppositions likely. And then I just wondered how common that was, because there's another thing that I don't know that this guy Redefine Living is going to admit, but these scientific papers are usually what AIG, ICR, and all these. They have statements of faith that you have to sign.
Right.
And let me comment on it, because it kind of dovetails with why I came in here. I was doing something else and listening, and so you guys were talking about the presuppositions a little bit ago. See what Speed mentioned the equivocation, but it's even more than equivocation. Okay, what they do is, because presuppositions, axioms don't have to have they have to have rationale, but they don't have to have any justification. Yeah, that's the right word. Okay, so what they say is, well, since axioms, since presuppositions that are in everything, like every school of thought, like Leo was pointing out, then I can choose what my presupposition is, and you can't require me to show any justification for it. So they're arbitrarily naming something that they're saying is a presupposition, and then they're saying, well, that's my presupposition, it's axiomatic, I don't have to provide any proof. But what they're missing is that actual presuppositions, actual axioms, they're a bottoming out of a train of thought, or a bottoming out of justification, and they're picking something that you can't say is axiomatic, and hiding behind the fact that, well, I'm saying it's my presupposition, you can't require proof from me.
Yeah, they believe that everybody that writes a paper on some aspect of evolution is an evolutionist, that they have all these presuppositions. And the fact is that nobody even thinks about that. It's considered such a basic fact or, underlayment of what we're doing, that nobody even bothers to question it. And you could call that a presupposition, but the point is, it doesn't fucking matter, because whether or not you believe we got here on an arc, or whether we got here by evolution, the scientific paper has nothing to do with that. The scientific paper is doing what Leo pointed out. It's looking for one particular little small aspect of how something behaves in a very, very local, tight environment, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah. So you sent me an email.
I know.
Oh.
It was the wrong stream. I went in on the wrong stream, and I didn't realize it until about 2 minutes after. So I put the link. So I decided to put the link in chat. I hope everybody else has caught up. Leo figured it out. You figured it out.
Yeah, I went to my email twice and went to that, and I was like, yeah, nobody here. But I knew you were live. So
I was trying to trick you and Danny.
What, Danny's here?
Danny's here now too. Danny is here. Okay, so
wonderful.
So anyway, the point is, so far they asked him a question about abile, and then they run him through it, and now we're on our fourth concept, which is no true Scotsman. So,
what does that? From what I've heard of this, though, what did the no true Scotsman have to do with what they were talking about? I thought that was a little non sequitur.
I know he's going to go and mention no true scientist. He's trying to basically go in and say, well, all these creationists, you don't accept them as scientists. But I would wager to say that creationist papers would not pass muster just on methodology and things like that.
Yeah, like Jensen's papers don't make it because his methodology is horribly flawed.
Can you please pass the mustard?
Yeah, scientific papers generally don't have legitimacy when they're papers from incredulity, which is basically what
I've noticed these papers. You have the date first submitted and then the date accepted.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, and
1 year.
Let me know if I'm right or wrong about this, that during that process, somebody said, whoa, your sourcing on this isn't adequate. Or a couple of people have said your methodology stands to be improved. And then they have to go back and either rewrite it or just unsubmit their submission.
Well, if you look at any AIG paper where it says date accepted, it reads, "We'll let you know."
Yeah. So on some papers, you can find two different versions out on the internet. You'll find a draft version, and you'll find the final version, which is it has all of the bells and whistles of the publication. But the draft version is frequently just looks like a Word doc almost. And I would love to, in fact, I just found one the other day, a paper both ways. I would love to compare the two and find out what happened. We lost Leo somehow. But anyway,
that never happens.
No, it never happens. Okay. Foreskin is the safe word. I'm going ahead.
Relevance of the question. The no true Scotsman fallacy is, to give an example, I'm Dutch, so this is my third language, English.
Let's do the no true Dutch fallacy. That's very thin.
So when I talk to Christians and I talk to them about other Christians and they say, okay, but he's not a real Christian, that's a no true Scotsman fallacy.
Okay. So what about, now would that not apply to scientists?
Sorry?
Would that not apply to scientists?
Yeah, that's where he's going.
Scientists need to do their work, and once they've done their work, they need to put it up for peer review.
What peer review?
You don't know what peer review is?
No, I know. There's more than one. There are two reviews.
Okay, this is
will
cool.
Publish creationist sources.
Yes.
Would you reject those?
Yes.
Would you commit the no true Scotsman fallacy?
Not real science.
I don't think it is up to me.
You see what he's doing here? He's trying to say that it makes no difference whether we have a creationist peer review or we have a scientific peer review. And it does make a fucking difference because the creationists all sign that statement and they don't use methodological naturalism. Therefore, it's not science. Whereas every other scientist in the world, and that amounts to what, millions of them? Millions. Not dozens like we have in the creationist world. So it makes a hell of a difference. And
Well,
the
no,
other thing,
they have millions also. They're just hiding because
yeah, but they're not all peer reviewing, and they're not actually doing the science. So doing the science, there's probably 120, maybe 200 creationist scientists, right?
Leo, my favorite person is here. Again.
But here's the other problem with that is that when a paper is opened up to peer review, they don't open it up to just peer review of people that are atheists. They open it up to peer review of all of science, all people who are recognized and respected in the scientific community. And in order to get respect, you have to publish papers, right? So that's how they do it. So I think this is just total bullshit on Sam's part. He's trying to make the case that the creationist peer review is as good as the peer review of scientific papers. If that were the case, scientists would be really fucking happy because it would be a lot easier for them to get a paper published.
I call this a fallacy of woe is me, because all it's saying is the scientists won't let us play.
Yeah, they're evil.
Yeah.
They're mean to us. They won't let us play.
They can submit it, but I don't think that any of their legitimate scientific work would contribute to the conclusion they want to go to. I sincerely doubt that.
Okay, molecular alchemy papers can be rejected for a wide range of reasons, though these days it's not too difficult to find a journal willing to publish. Yeah, they're hungry. On average, a middle-of-the-road article costs the authors $3,000 to $5,000. Oh. I wonder what it costs them to get AIG to publish Jensen's papers. I believe that it's a reverse. They pay Jensen to publish. Okay, moving on.
To reject
well,
those,
I'm asking
because
you. I'm asking you. This is what I was talking about earlier. You're incapable of asking questions. You cowardly hide behind the shield of I don't know.
Why can't you accept?
You're just a waste of time. You really are.
Why is saying I don't know cowardly?
Oh, you son of a bitch! My fucking mic was muted. I've just yelled foreskin right before you said that. The same fucking thing, Leo. Like, how is I don't know cowardly? Like,
yeah, a waste of time. So he starts disparaging Peter at this point. That's pretty much all
he fall into his "woe is me" trap.
Yeah. Well, anybody that has discernment knows that he was really, ripping on himself to make such a comment. Because anybody that claims someone admitting they don't know something, that they have ignorance of some subject or a question, then, and you say that's cowardly, you're telling people what a fucking idiot you are, not what they are. To conflate ignorance with cowardice is just, it doesn't follow at all.
Yeah, Molecular, maybe you can tell us how they pick these reviewers. I wish he could come in. He's probably working. The specific topic, theme, and approach as well.
So there's one more
time. Good question, though.
One more time, Speed's reading something and doesn't hear what I said.
I heard what you said, but I forgot it already.
Getting old is a hell of a drug.
It sucks. Yeah, sometimes having chat. I had a conversation with Sygard earlier today, and we did it privately, and we're probably going to post it and maybe restream it, because then you can pay attention to the chat while you're streaming. But Sygard is a pretty cool dude. We had a really good talk, and I want to point out that he wrote a book, and it looks very interesting. I got it about a month ago. I haven't read it yet. It's called The Works of His Hands by Sygard, and it's a very interesting story about an atheist scientist adopting Christianity, and I recommend people read it.
Story.
Is it self-insert?
That's his story.
Yeah,
it is his story.
Yeah,
it's semi-autobiographical.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, though, too, that's the one. Sygard is a very interesting person, very smart. That's why it perplexes me that that he's a Christian. I mean, I'm very perplexed by it. I mean, I don't know what he says about that in his book. You know, that might be a reason for me to buy his book. But.
Yeah, that's why it's worth reading. And
well, as I recall, I think he became a Christian.
How about if you let Speed finish his sentence, and then you can recall what you recall.
Okay.
Nah.
Go ahead, Midnight.
Okay, as I was trying to say, as I recall, Sigurd became a Christian after he became a biologist, because he was like, DNA is nifty.
No, that's not what happened to him. His becoming a Christian was totally unrelated to that, and Sigurd is very open to abiogenesis and any evolution research that's going on.
I stand corrected.
Okay, and I don't think he makes any claim about where he draws the line. And I was concerned because I heard him say some things that indicated that me and him weren't going to get along on a few points, but it turns out that he is very, very open-minded, and he manages to keep, I think, his faith separate from his scientific judgment of what's going on in a remarkable way. And that's why I think he's a remarkable man. So,
I mean, he keeps it away from maybe his scientific judgment when he is in the lab, but I've seen him on social media, making statements about the existence of God as related to biology and science. So,
I saw a few of those, but that wasn't the impression from our conversation today. So I'm going to judge him based on the conversation, not on what I had gathered prior.
I'm not necessarily judging him. I'm just, like I said, I agree with your assessment of him, but I just can't understand how he can be a Christian. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I think I can after talking to him.
Yeah.
Because I have that whole, I'm one of those fucking spiritual atheists, right? So I can find a bridge with these guys. I can find common ground. I don't know. Anyway. So reviews are another way to publish where researchers draft a description of the state of the art. Okay. Reviews are kind of cool. See, Molecular Alchemy, either you or Demeter has to come in and we have to do a stream on how to read papers and how to understand the difference between a review, an editorial, and all these other classifications. Because we didn't go to college. We dumb. Usually tooting their own horn in the process, but which are invaluable to the community. I have a couple of reviews here on the nuclear export process that are labeled as reviews, and I don't really understand the difference between a review and a paper, to tell you the truth, because I'm just a high school dropout. Okay.
High school dropout. Go ahead.
Okay. Another quote, and I will move on. Am I making any sense today? Because I'm not sure.
You never make any sense.
Thank you, Midnight. Thank you. You're always so fucking supportive.
I love you.
Moving on.
And I was in the process of telling you what I think.
Ow! The hell was that?
Okay, that's Praise with his fucking soundboard, and it really aggravates me.
Praise is like kind of a troll.
You are suggesting that only sources from place A are valid, but not B. Yeah. Are you committing the no true Scotsman fallacy?
No.
Oh my God.
Because I'm not doing that.
How so?
Because I'm not doing that.
So you will accept my creation papers?
How? I'm not qualified to accept any papers.
So you
my gun's bigger than yours.
See? Praise.
So you will accept my creation
I'm not
papers?
A scientist.
So here you are running and hiding again.
No.
I wish Oz was back. We should have not let Oz go.
I'm not a scientist.
Peter's just like a dancing queen.
No, I'm giving you an
honest
answer.
are, Peter.
If it's
You're
not
coward.
the answer
I'm sorry, you are. And I'm not trying to insult you. Okay.
Okay.
If that's an ad hominem attack.
So can I ask you a question?
I did not have a reason, a conclusion based on our conversations.
Okay.
How
can I ask
you
you a
love
question?
to insult the Christian, yet you hide.
Ooh, a little butthurt.
Hide behind this. I do not know. I can't answer. Your little safe. Your safe space of I don't know.
You
It's-
apparently
it's
have not
useless.
watched our shows. I'm not here to insult Christians. My best friend is a Christian. Together we design churches. But why would I insult Christians? It would be bad for business.
Peter, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
You said you have a friend that writes books on evolution.
No,
That's
I
a
said
Christian.
I didn't say he was a friend. I said we're
whatever.
going to have a theist guest on.
Okay.
A Christian.
Why do I care though if they write books on evolution? Did you know that there are plenty of brilliant theists that write books on creation?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay.
So what was your point by saying
So
that?
what would be wrong with their arguments?
Forcan.
I have a whole bunch of those books, and I'll tell you, they're almost useless to read.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. He said there's plenty of, which suggests that there's a significant percentage of them.
They're
By that,
invalid.
maybe he's thinking 15 to 25%. That would be plenty of. And are they really brilliant? Are they really brilliant other than like as a Sunday school teacher?
No, maybe there's a couple I found that like there's one on bioinformatics, or not bioinformatics, but biosemiotics by Remine, and there's a couple of those where they got a little deeper into things, but for the most part, like Sanford's book and Jensen's book, they're just puff. I mean, it's 90% fluff, and it's very hard to pin down exactly what their arguments are. You have to read all the fluff.
Somebody needs to help me, because where Sam RL is trying to argue that Peter is committing a no Scotsman fallacy, actually himself committing a fallacy by putting creationist work on the same level that actual scientific work is on, and I can't think of the name of that fallacy. But that there is actually a logical fallacy there, and I cannot think of
one.
what.
Yes.
Did we send Danny off in a huff or anything, or did he have to go to teach?
I think he's probably working, and he may not have found a place to dig in. But I was kind of hoping Danny would be here to jump in on some of this, the structure of this argument and exactly what's going on here. Because this to these guys is arguing with an evolutionist. And this is how they frame it. But the way they argue, I think, is really fundamentally flawed in so many ways. It just drives me crazy.
Well, as you know from our past interactions, I'm the next best thing to Danny. So what was it you needed?
We'll as soon as something comes up, John, we'll ask you.
I'm just fucking. I was muted and on the phone that whole time. I didn't.
Oh shit! Okay.
Good.
Okay. You notice I did hear what you said. Danny,
What? When?
Yeah, I just got home.
Oh.
When did you hear what I said?
The last thing you said, I actually heard it. I actually heard what you said.
You mean just now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but you didn't hear what I said earlier.
The only thing I can remember is now you just said something about earlier. So the last thing I remember is earlier. You see, I live in the moment. I live in the fucking moment. You got to understand, I'm a Buddhist. I live in the moment.
Right. Well, living in the moment doesn't mean forgetting all those moments the moment they're over.
All I heard there was over.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you on a walkie-talkie right now. That's why I keep saying over.
Okay. Over. Ask again. Ready?
By the way, it's I don't know. I think there might be a more specified version of it, but at least broadly speaking, it's a false equivalence fallacy.
Check in the chat. If you violate scientific standards, you aren't doing science.
Exactly, and they violate scientific standards.
Methods in biomedical science, where we choose impactful papers to discuss how the authors interpret their results. That would be a good class to take. Okay, ask again. Are we ready? Ready to roll, boys?
Mm-hmm.
Rolling. Not a Rawhide song or something?
Lack of evidence?
So, lack of evidence from who?
From who?
I love the way you said that.
Let me point out an inconsistency in something that you just said, or a contradiction,
go ahead.
right?
Maybe I
Because
misunderstood.
you just made a truth claim and you said lack of evidence.
Yes.
But just a few minutes before, you just said that you don't know. So which is it? Do you not know? Or is it a lack of evidence?
That was a different question, though. You asked me why I don't accept. Ask me again. Maybe that'll clarify.
We'll start. We'll start from the beginning.
No, about the scientists writing books on creation. Ask me that question again.
Before I ask you that question, I just want to make sure that I don't misrepresent you.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
There are two models. There's nature done it.
Okay. So now we're going to get into the
two models.
I know.
There's one model, and then there's an asinine, spurious, dubious assertion that literally magic did it. But go off.
Yeah. So this bullshit about lack of evidence, and then Sam comes back at him and says, "Oh, so now it's a lack of evidence, but you said you didn't know. If you do know, then how do you know there's a lack of evidence?" Is where he's going with this. But they're talking in such general terms about abiogenesis that this becomes a very unfair form of questioning. And this is kind of where it starts. I mean, it's been off the rails from the beginning, but it goes even further off the rails. So.
Well, because they implicitly believe that by posing the hypothesis of abiogenesis, that is a ruling out of God did it. I mean, they think that abiogenesis is like the rebuttal to God created everything, and it's not.
Yeah, they see all evolution and abiogenesis research as trying to refute God. And that is because they believe in this. There are only two models. Either God did it or nature did it. And he says this much.
I mean, and that's not even a false dichotomy. It's just like not a dichotomy. It's like, like it's something you can't say is a dichotomy because of what Leo said a few minutes ago. Like there's the one model and then there's a bunch of bullshit over here.
And the reality is that there's the one model that is methodological naturalism, which we all accept in our ordinary lives. We all exist naturally and interact with the world on the basis, on the assumption that it is going to behave naturally. And then there are all of these metaphysical ideas and all of these other stories. And there are an infinite number of other stories that you could come up with, such as everything was created last Thursday. And and tomorrow on Wednesday, we're going to start over again, right? So last Thursdayism, which you can't argue with.
I really like the way that Aaron puts it, Aaron Ra. He says if all of this stuff was real, like magic existed, and you could affect reality in non-natural ways, we would be able to demonstrate this clearly. There would be a Dumbledore or a Spock or a Hermione or somebody that would be capable of demonstrating that they have these abilities. Even if we couldn't explain it, the demonstration would be there. People would be capable of doing this.
Yeah. Molecular Alchemy answered Scott that rejection is separate from peer review. Basically, the editorial staff weeds out the crackpots and the frauds. And that's what's going on. That's very important. That's why creationists don't get published. And the other thing, let's see, you said something else here. Let's see, Edward Sexton. Okay.
Talking about the most attempts to publish.
Oh, here's the other interesting thing. So you get an email saying something like, "Sorry, we decided to pass." Ramat in one of on SFT's videos about a month ago posted the thing he got from PLOS Biology telling him that they decided to pass on his article. And they were very polite to him. So,
well, I mean, they probably are purposely very polite to those people because they don't want to trigger them. They
don't want to trigger them, right?
Out of concern for their well-being.
Yep. Invited by the editors. Okay, so I'm trying to keep up with chat. Okay, so let's listen to this.
There are two models. There's nature done it or God done it.
Yep.
Would you agree or disagree?
I disagree.
I would disagree because for the God model, I haven't been presented a God model.
Yes, you have. Standing for Truth blasted you with the God model.
Hold on.
So don't
Standing
be
for Truth.
dishonest.
Wait,
No, I'm
he's
not.
citing somebody who's
Maybe,
not a
maybe.
professional?
Okay. Maybe
I
you
can
can clear
present
this
it
up.
too. I can
No. Hold
represent
on.
it pretty good.
Maybe you can clear this up because Standing for Truth did not present a model. He attacked another model that's different than presenting a model of yourself.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, okay, let me ask you this, Peter.
Go ahead.
Let me back up. Let me ask you this first question again. Okay, so there's two models.
Yeah, let me not address what
God
you're
done
bringing
it,
up. Let me ask
or
you a
nature
different
done it.
question.
Yeah.
You
I'm
just
not
Let me
agree with
aware.
that
I'm
backpedal.
not
Let me
aware of
backpedal a
the
little
first-
bit. That's
I'm not
literally
aware
what he
of
was
the first
saying.
one.
Right, so
Go ahead.
For the first
Did
model,
you say
is God done it.
first again?
God done
Oh.
it model
You're
is there's a lot of
agreeing with what I
different.
said,
We'll say
basically.
the intelligent. We'll say intelligent. Do you agree with that word? We'll say intelligence done it, or nature done it.
Okay,
And that way
hold
you
on.
can say aliens.
But what
if
is
you
the
want.
model? What is the model
We'll
of
get
that?
there. Let's do one at a time.
Okay, so now
Well,
Peter is trying is. I mean, he has been asked to explain all of abiogenesis, how man got here, why man's here, and he's pushing back and asking them, "What the fuck is your model again?
Yeah.
Tell us."
Well,
And
it's
boy,
just
they don't
flat.
like that. Huh?
It's just flat because it looks flat.
Yeah, they really get irritated when we ask them for their specifics.
I mean, and I knew that was bullshit. He pointed it out right afterwards. But as soon as whoever at the top is speaking,
Because they don't.
as soon as he said SFT gave you the God model, I knew that was horseshit.
Right.
And then he came right back with, well, no, he didn't give the model. He attacked the actual model. He didn't give the God model. And I know I don't even have to go look at the video. I know he didn't. They never do.
I think we're close to done here.
God did it model.
Don't.
But
Now you're
but
dancing again. Don't
no. I'm fine
my
with
direct questions.
No, I want to explain. Let me explain this because otherwise we're going to talk around in circles. I will accept you saying there is a naturalistic model because that's one that I'm aware of, and you say there is a God did it model. Let's name it that. I'm not aware of that model. I'm only aware of the claim. The claim is not the model.
Does that mean that model doesn't exist?
No.
Yes.
Here we go. Rabbit hole.
What they're building in America in the desert of Area 51?
No.
Nothing.
So what they are literally building that nobody knows unless they know. Would you say those things don't exist? Or would you say they exist,
Foreskin.
but you just don't know what they are?
What the fuck? What is he doing? What is he doing?
No, this is what is it? It's an appeal to like an argument from. Hold on, just a second, because what he's trying to do is essentially it seems to me he's almost admitting that creationists do have all this evidence and stuff, but they're just hiding it from us. You just don't know about it, which is
we don't know about it, but it still exists, and it's still.
And I'm not going to tell you.
Right.
No,
Leo froze. Leo froze in a cool position.
And I like how he says that nobody knows unless you know.
I think it's a fallacy. Are we gonna stupid, worthless fucking piece of
You
shit?
were froze for like 90 seconds there, Leo.
Yeah, we lost you, Leo. Do you want to repeat something?
I think he froze again.
God damn it!
But how did you like that phrase, Speed?
Which one?
Something that nobody knows unless they know. Like, what the fuck does that?
Oh yeah. Almost sounds like who the hell was it Bush's vice president that came up with that?
Unknown known. There's unknown knowns. There's known knowns, and then there's unknown known knowns. Or I don't know what the fuck.
Anyway, what he came up with, if you listen to that man, he actually is brilliant, and he really did have a really. He did a little short video on what he meant, and it really makes sense. So I will give him that. Who was it?
I was going to say, I thought what Sam was doing there was an argument from silence, but I don't know for sure.
I don't know. He's he goes now. He goes off. He goes on this 6-mile wall that they found in the Amazon, and a bunch of other shit. But let's see if we can follow it. We'll have to listen to a minute or two to get the whole thing.
One note, though, I think that was one of the secretaries of defense that Bush had, but I can't remember his name.
Donald Rumsfeld.
Yes, he is an intelligent man. He is worth listening to. I mean, he didn't come off good in public, but he had a point. So anyway,
Earth, they unblocked it, so you can see what is built
in a top secret underground facility, Peter, where you cannot.
No, you can't see inside. I agree with you on that.
What is even going on now? I'm so confused.
You know everything there is. I'm going to start nailing you and show if you
making
can't
the dumbest argument ever.
I'm just going to show how absurd you are.
He's trying to make him look absurd because he's saying what the fuck. Okay, so Peter said, I don't know what the creationist model is. You haven't prevented it. Leo?
Okay,
hold on here just to finish the explanation, because he had said, I don't know the creationist model because you haven't presented it. And then dude said, well, so does that mean that there isn't one? And and the other fellow admitted, well, no, not necessarily. And then he went to this analogy about Area 51, that we don't know what they're doing there. Does that mean the things that they're doing don't exist? Like what? Like he was trying to further a point that whoever the interlocutor is on the bottom had already acquiesced to. It already, granted.
I have a quick question.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a non sequitur, but am I the only one who noticed that Praise and Gavin have the same icon?
They always do. They're twins.
Well, but Praise has pants on.
Yeah, the alternative is to look at Gavin's chest and his overly large male.
They always do.
Well, but he didn't have any pants on in last night's debate. You didn't hear about that?
Oh, we played that at the beginning of the broadcast.
What, the Skylar video?
The Skylar video, yeah.
God, that was just like what?
And I actually think
Skylar did a video on it.
I think he looked to me like he was free balling.
Okay, I'm typing oppose. Scientists are just bigoted.
No, he had white tighties on.
I don't know, man. The clip I saw in Skylar's, it didn't look like he had any underpants on. It looked like just his shirt tails was covering him up down there.
I think he had tighties on.
Yeah, I can see the white tighties.
Didn't you say there was like some more nonsense to this coming out of dude's mouth that we'd want to hear?
Yeah, we want to roll through a minute or two here and get the whole bullshit. Okay, Afskin.
I'm fine with that.
I will show how absurd you are.
No, okay, I'm fine with that.
We can have a conversation, or I will show how much of a fool that you're going to make yourself be. It's fine, whatever you want to do.
Sam, I'm fine with that.
Do you have all knowledge, Peter?
Sam, I'm fine with
this guy is just really condescending and is jumping all over the place.
First, oh, here I have a question for you. Okay,
Jesus Christ,
I'm trying to, but you're dancing all over the place. But that's fine. Okay.
No, I asked you for the model.
Clip this out, and we'll post this too of you not being able to even have a basic.
Who the fuck does this guy think he is, man?
And I'm not intellectual.
Some big brain guy when he's not.
Model. You said you could, and now you're not doing it.
Peter, if I said in the Amazon jungle there is a 6-mile wall in the middle of the jungle, if I said this a year ago,
you'd have to prove that to me. You have to present evidence for that.
Does it mean that it's
not
there?
Nope.
Okay, all he's trying to do here is justify. All he's trying to do here is justify his gap. There's that God of the gaps.
Yeah.
He's trying to say.
He's trying to justify having no evidence for something.
Yeah. But you're not justified in even bringing a narrative about it if you don't know any evidence. If you haven't had any evidence for it, you're not justified in bringing a narrative about it or a description or to say it's this many miles long. He's just trying to say a gap is a model.
Yeah.
I mean, a gap is a gap. I don't. What?
Literally.
He's
Can
trying
you
to
present a model for this wall. Like, how do you know that it's 6 miles long?
He's trying to manipulate Peter down a certain avenue of questioning so that he can make him look absurd. And Peter is resisting.
He's trying to point out that there's some probative value in recognizing that an unsubstantiated claim cannot you can't just rule it out of hand because it hasn't been substantiated yet. He's just saying just because it's not substantiated doesn't mean it could possibly be true. It doesn't mean that it's not possibly true. That's basically the point he's making. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, we haven't substantiated the existence of God, but can you prove that he doesn't exist? Is what it boils down to.
It's almost like he's saying, okay, just because you don't know the model doesn't mean the model isn't true.
Right. Yeah. As far as this discussion, yeah, that's exactly what he's saying.
And he wants Peter to say that out loud, and it's like, no, your fucking model is. If you don't present it, we're not going to make a judgment on it. You present it with some evidence.
Well, right. And so what he's actually saying that he doesn't realize he's saying is that he's trying to get the other fella to admit that you can't say it's not true, even though we refuse to present it.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And then and the condescending attitude is just so thick in this that
I mean, that's why I said what those guys think he is. He is accusing the other guy of being a dishonest interlocutor while he is simultaneously being a dishonest interlocutor himself.
That's what
doing a lot of projection.
I think that summarizes the whole thing up. What really irritated me about it. Peter had been up, I think, for 24 hours. He was going to come on, but I think he said he might pass out because I think it's like 9. It's 10 a.m. where he is, or 10 p.m. where he is right now. So
it also doesn't mean that it is there.
Right.
For me to accept that claim, you need to provide evidence. If you have a picture, video footage, that would be good evidence.
Okay, they just found a wall in the Amazon jungle. It's like 6 miles long.
Okay.
Before you knew that wall was there.
Yeah.
Did it exist?
Yes.
Okay. Can we go forward now?
What the fuck?
Sure.
What point did he think that made?
Creation model that you are not aware of.
Yeah.
No, Peter never denied that there was a model. All he was telling them is that you have not presented the model.
Yeah.
And they won't present a model because they can't.
Because there isn't one. Like, I would straight up say, you don't have a model. You just don't have one. You have a claim, you have an assertion, but you don't have a model.
Yeah.
Well, and he admitted too, he said when he was asked pointedly, so does that necessarily mean that there is no model? And his immediate answer was no. He agreed with that just because he hasn't been presented with a model doesn't mean that a model doesn't exist. But then he's saying to him, look, just present your model. We can go on with the discussion. This guy is saying everything he can think of to avoid giving him the model that he claims exists and that he claims he knows, but he won't give it.
No. And he runs him down a rabbit hole instead, and tries to make him look bad when, in fact, this whole thing made Redefined Living look like not only a dick, but an idiot.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Idiot. Okay, it's almost over, I think.
Does that mean that it doesn't exist, or are you pretending to know all knowledge?
No, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
Okay,
it just means that I have not been presented that model
to you.
Yes.
Okay. So now we just had to dance all over this so I can make a simple point.
No, this was what I said. I think you misunderstood then, because this is
ladies and gentlemen,
what I said.
The absurdity of Peter will be revealed right now.
He just revealed his own absurdity because it would have taken 30 seconds if Redefined Living had been trying to stuff words into his mouth to establish that the model exists It has not been presented. That's it. That was the whole thing. So they went on for 5 minutes just to make that fucking point. And Sam is complaining about that, but he's the one that did it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, now you can avoid all that. Present your fucking model, idiot.
Yeah.
Dude on the top row. That's part of the triune of fucking idiocy that is
It's
that.
like asking flat earthers for one.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. False
I
label.
mean, goddamn, Gavin, fucking Praise, and whoever this idiot is. I mean,
yeah, that is the triune of idiocy.
God damn.
The triune.
I don't know,
of
man.
idiocy.
John Maddox could be thrown in there.
He should be thrown in there somewhere.
He's the guy who washes the balls of the triune.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's just one more part I really want to get to here, and then we can have a open discussion or whatever. Want to go?
Do it.
We just wasted 10 minutes for Peter just to say that something can exist.
No, you did.
Without knowledge.
I said that from
That
the
is
start.
amazing, Peter.
Said it
I
from the
said that
start.
from the start. I said I wasn't
why no one takes
presented
you
the
seriously.
model. I never
You're a
made the
joke.
claim the
Okay.
model doesn't exist.
Let me move forward.
Yeah. Please.
There is a creation model that says
No, there isn't.
God done it.
Okay.
What is the model then?
There's also a naturalism
Okay.
model that says
Hold on.
nature done it. Do you understand that there's two models?
See what he did there? See what he did there? He knows how weak saying that there is a God did it model. So then he has to fucking reduce naturalism to nature done it.
Yeah, exactly. All of science reduced to nature done it.
But the funny thing is, what he presented were not models; they were claims. But the nature done it claim is supported by literally
everything.
Never has it been magic. Not once. Not ever.
Nature is shown. Model is in all forms of scientific. Experimentation in theory or whatever you want to call it, except for on Leo's internet connection.
Yep. Leo's internet connection is an example of naturalism not
Well,
working.
the internet connection is just fine.
He's going to complain about StreamYard.
Yep, he's going to
But
do
he-
that, even though
it is
the
StreamYard.
only
It's
one,
on.
even though he's the only one that literally goes out in and out.
No, I'm not. RJ Downer does too. And
Well, that's
Two of you.
That's the it's because
same
he's
issue.
the internet.
He has no. He has no
Jesus Christ, Leo.
any other.
How
Just like
ironic.
he has no problems with any
How
other. Every
ironic that Leo is making his argument while roboting like a motherfucker.
There are two Gavins on the screen because Gavin runs Praise's channel, and they both use the same icon.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Gavin's too lazy to change his icon.
Well, and the other thing is like I would add to that and say from some of the streams I've seen, it isn't just that Gavin runs Praise's StreamYard. I think Gavin runs Praise.
Wow.
I thought Standing for Truth was the one that paid for Praise's StreamYard so that he can have 10 people in.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought it was. Well, yeah, no. I think I think I did hear that. But Gavin, it's just like has access to all of it.
Yeah. But the one thing I wanted to say is it's not just that nature done it. Nature done it. Nature is doing it, and nature will do it again. God done it? No. God's never done it. God will never do it. God can't ever do it because there is no God.
And there's not just one model of how nature done it. That's what we're talking about in abiogenesis is which model has the most evidence supporting it. And can we even know that right now?
Did speed gone away?
I don't know.
I was coughing. Itchik Hunt points out that Praise and Gavin probably share a pair of pants too. That's why
you didn't have any pants on yesterday.
Right.
Praises Day with the pants.
Praises Day with the pants. Yeah. Okay. One more
It's
part.
a cunt. What a name.
Oh, it doesn't always hit me right away.
No, you didn't pick up on that when you just said it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's very simple. God or nature. It's a very basic premise.
No, it ain't fucking simple.
Only you would argue with
it's
this.
a basic claim.
Call your most
both
atheist
claims
friend
have
and
been
ask
made.
him if you can answer this question. Get their permission. You can do this.
Both claims have been made. Both claims have been made. I'm with you so far.
Trolling.
This is exhausting.
Well, okay.
This is
I'm
exhausting.
not trolling. I'm not trolling.
Sam, you are very exhausted.
Listen, I'm not trolling. Honestly,
so Peter,
what I want you to do is present to me the God did it model.
I'm not here to present you the model.
Okay, so I'm still not aware of a working model that exists.
That's fine. Does
So
that mean that it doesn't
can I
exist?
accept a model that I don't know exists?
Can you accept that they just found a wall?
Oh fuck!
6 mile long.
Oh my
wall?
God! See, you won't answer
Do they have
questions. This guy is
evidence
so
of that
fucking
wall?
dishonest.
They just discovered it. Yes.
Is this
So, but
guy,
they
is he
discovered
does he Down syndrome, Darth Dawkins?
Does that mean it doesn't exist? Does that mean it does?
Yeah, Darth Dawkins is what I thought of the whole when I listened to this. This is very, very Darth Dawkins. God, there's one more part here where he says something about man,
Well,
and
He
I'm
keeps
hoping
talking about that we found the wall. Well, then we don't need a model.
Yeah.
Yeah. See the wall. You know that wall. That wall was built in the wrong place. Trump built. Never mind.
Yeah, if you can find walls, you should go to the American Mexican border and find the wall that Trump just claimed a couple weeks ago that they finished.
the wall that keeps Trump out of Mexico.
That's really kind of a trivial question because, okay, they found a wall in the Amazon somewhere or in South America. Okay, how old is the wall? Who built the wall? There's all sorts of questions. It's not just a matter of do you believe a person when they say the wall exists? That's trivial. And even then, they may be lying or they may be mistaken, and so you have to provisionally accept maybe something reasonable or plausible somebody says. So it's just too simplistic, these creationists.
Yeah, and it might not be a wall at all. It might be like the tendons of a giant, according to Roger.
Well, this idiot Sam said it very plainly. He said it's really simple. Either God done it or nature done it, and that's the conversation that he wants to have.
Yeah.
What's the first red flag that comes up with that statement? Is it the fact that maybe it's either or?
Yeah.
Make it into a dichotomy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, but what they don't realize, okay, he wants to turn that into a dichotomy. And the funny thing is the minute you grant their premise, then that would immediately, if you accept what he's saying and you grant that premise, it immediately negates it from being a dichotomy. Because there's literally an infinite number of possibilities to explain what he and other creationists are claiming happened. Because even if they prove creationism, they would not be proving their God, or they would not be proving that their God is the creator.
Yeah, and as we've seen in the last few months, they can't even decide about this Trinity bullshit. So I mean, there isn't just one model. They have multiple models, even with their own little community, which covers 3 YouTube channels. They have about 8 different ideas in that 3 YouTube channels.
I mean,
models.
I told creationists a long time ago on YouTube in the comment section, I was like, well, I mean, use your imagination. Like, it doesn't have to be God. I mean, if you're right, I mean, we could just be like, a jar of sea monkeys on some alien fucking bookshelf in his bedroom, you know, like there might be some other realm where people send in $9.99 to get a little envelope of shit to pour in a jar of water, and it turns into a fucking universe. Like that could be us.
Yep.
Wow, we're somebody's comic book mail order.
Yeah. Order the Universe Sea Monkey kit, and we'll send you a free pair of X-ray glasses.
Don't you guys know the equation of what is it? Composite dynamics. C people plus C men equals C society. I'm the only one in here that's gonna get that. I guarantee.
Oh my god!
That's a reference to.
Come on, John, you know it.
South
Yep.
Yeah, because Eric put his own sperm in a tank of sea monkeys that evolved.
Yep.
You know, at some point in these kinds of discussions, something happens to me. I come to this realization that we're talking to people that believe the Earth is only 6,000 years old, and that is just so fucking unbelievable that it makes any of the rest of the discussion. It's just not worth the time. It seems like, maybe other than correcting people who are going into these false ideas like this, but a 6,000-year-old Earth. Sorry, guys, you're in another reality.
Well, it's also worth watching just for the sheer entertainment of it.
Well, you want to know what's funny is that you'll notice that none of them, like not even SFT, really talk about the age of the Earth issue. That's not a major focus of any of them.
Yeah, because they can't defend it very well.
When they're pressed on it, but even when they're pressed on it, their arguments are just shit because there's just no argument to be had in that field. There just isn't.
Well, you remember the other day, Otangelo wouldn't even say that out loud because he is so afraid of the proposition.
Yep.
It took me 10 minutes to get him to admit it.
Well, and the only plausible explanation they have, which I've heard a few of them pose, is that the Earth appears to be old by all the testing, and the universe appears to be old because that's how God made it appear.
Yeah,
is what it boils down to. I mean, they say it differently than that, but that's their argument. Which
is the equivalent to a fart in the wind, because they have nothing by which to say, well, how do you know God did it that way? Other than just producing it straight out of their derriere.
Yeah, how did God did it? When did God did it? You know, there's so many questions.
That's all this guy will say too in this conversation. He did it, but no, I'm not here to present the model.
Right, not going to tell you when or how.
Yeah,
I mean, wouldn't you like kind of fucking? Wouldn't that be like a mic drop moment if you were able to present a cogent fucking model right now, like? And you're sitting there saying, "Oh, we just exposed how stupid this guy is." No, dude, you're exposing how fucking stupid you are. Like.
And it exposes their hypocrisy because they all talk about, they're all like, oh, well, you know, I'm not really here to provide a model. You know, I don't know how God did it or when he did it or why or anything like that. But I know that your model is wrong because you can't tell me, you know, how it occurred or why it occurred or any of the things from my model, but my model somehow is still viable and yours isn't.
And my model that says God did it, I know it's true because my Bible.
Okay, I'm going to run ahead here and see if I'm going to switch back and forth and see if I can find the cherry on top.
Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's model because you model. I want to know, and if you accept your model.
Now, Peter, do you have a scientific understanding in order to make that judgment whether or not this model is valid?
Because but he hasn't seen the model, you dumbass.
Right? You said you're not an expert in everything. So you're not.
There's no flaws in the Big Bang. There's no flaws in evolution.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Peter would
wait. Before you start assuming, there are flaws. There are flaws in the Big Bang theory.
It's taken me 40 minutes just to get him to understand that God or nature.
No, because I agreed to that from the start. I just theory.
It's taken me 40 minutes just to get him to understand that God or nature.
No, because I agreed to that from the start. I just said one model has been presented.
Patter and speed and
what, Peter? What do
you
you believe in? And with detail, what do you believe in, Peter?
What do I believe? I believe in lots of shit.
Would you please explain it to me? Would you please explain it to me?
Oh my God!
Where do you want me to start?
Foreskin.
I don't understand.
All right. This guy, I'm actually getting enraged by this guy.
Yeah.
And all I'm doing is listening to him in a fucking stream, man. Like, why do you believe everything you believe? He never once asked you about your beliefs. You've espoused very, very fucking succinctly, you dumb motherfucker. He's been asking, you said 40 minutes? Yeah. He's been asking you for 40 minutes. Present your model, and then we can go from there. Like, this guy is just, he's making me mad just listening to him.
He's Darth Dawkins.
I'm not getting mad. I'm just waiting for the moment where I go into some after show or stream and Sam is there and I can just knock him down several thousand rungs.
We just lost somebody. I'm not sure who it was.
I think it was Midnight. I'm assuming. Oh. I can't see who's under the highlighted comment because you keep them highlighted for like 25 fucking minutes at a time.
That speed that's underneath.
Because you said that one model has been presented to you.
Yeah.
And so I will use your same criteria. Will you please explain to me that model, Peter? Would you tell me? How does it work?
Evolutionary.
Okay. So which part of the model do you want to start?
Start at the beginning.
Start at the beginning.
Yes.
Okay. The beginning until blank time is I don't know, because
you don't know, so you don't have a model.
Why do you
Peter.
keep interrupting me?
Do you have a model?
Why do you keep Peter? No, with time and until a scientist can be no dishonest position to take.
Oh my gosh,
that laugh is like the face that the Sam guy has. I know. I just want to deliver one of these right to his suckle.
If you cannot support what you believe, then you accept it by faith.
No.
So now he's going to talk about faith.
What I believe.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but anyway, he says, like, how did man get here? Like, you can't explain how man got here, and it's just, and then he says, why do you believe? What's that?
I think that was earlier than when you started.
Oh,
I think he actually said that earlier than when you started.
Okay. Shit, I've been looking for something that I've already passed up, but the bullshit is, it's like, okay, so Sam is saying, you can't give me justification for why you believe that you're here. He was actually saying that. He says, oh, you don't believe we're really here then, because you can't tell me how we got here. Well, that isn't how we know we're here. Like, the four of us in this chat know we're here because we're fucking talking to each other, right? We have evidence right now that we're here. We don't need to know
I'm here.
Man began.
I know I'm here, but there's just like a probability that y'all are here.
Oh, don't give me this fucking Danny shit now.
Jesus Christ.
Don't go full Danny on me.
I don't think Danny's a solipsist.
Back to his laugh that Leo brought up. Which is more cringy? His laugh or Smokey's laugh?
His laugh, because his is more condescending. Smokey's is just like loud and obnoxious. Sam's is a condescending, like,
I agree.
Douchebag laugh.
I hate Smokey's laugh, but I wholeheartedly agree with that, Leo. His laugh was just, you just want to, even if you're a nonviolent person, you have the urge to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm saving that laugh. I think I have it here.
I can't even do it.
It's Woody Woodpeckerish kind of.
John does that every now and then too. That same laugh, John will do that. It's just like,
it's almost like an Elmer Fudd laugh. Oh,
wait a minute. When have I ever laughed like that?
Oh, Maddox. I mean Maddox. I'm sorry,
Mad
John.
Max.
Will you change your fucking name, John? I mean,
no, John was here before John.
Yeah, when there's so many fucking, logical other names you can call Maddox. I mean,
like Mad Max,
Mad Ducks, Dumbass.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Logical LPP.
I apologize.
And then with LPP, we could start calling them Lips.
Lips, yeah.
Lippy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Lip is my favorite character on Shameless.
So then let's call him Lippy.
Lippy. Lippy's good.
Yeah, he is kind of lippy too.
Hey, with this whole discussion,
can you back that up like 30 seconds?
You mean to the left?
Huh?
Hang on, I did back it up.
Back it up like 30 seconds. I want to hear the last things they were saying because it, like 5 minutes ago when we stopped it, it had triggered me to think of something to say, and now I can't remember it.
Okay, I was fast forwarding a little bit, so.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be just the easiest thing to destroy. Peter, if you cannot support what you believe, then you accept it by faith.
No.
Really?
No, because
Peter,
what I believe I can support.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was in the process of doing that until you interrupted me.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you how absurd this is. Now, I don't expect you to answer, but I will show how absurd your statement is. Okay?
I bet he won't.
Are there humans on this earth?
Yes.
Right here. This is it.
Go ahead. Are there humans on this earth?
Yes.
How did we get here?
There it is.
Biological
abiogenesis and evolution. As far
Can you
as
prove that?
What doesn't need to be proven?
Can you prove
Have
that?
you? Oh, okay. Can I answer?
Can you prove that? It's a very simple question.
Can I answer the question?
Because if you can't prove it, then according to your logic,
I answered the question.
Because if you can't prove it, then according to your logic, humans can't.
I think I might start doing that.
You're an epistemist, and you only believe things that you can
How
prove.
many times do you want me to say
Foreskin.
I can?
So prove
The skin of the fours.
Oh, hold on a second. I want to try something.
Now it's funny. Just
Okay.
But the proper response is, well, science doesn't prove things. Shouldn't we can't accept anything in science since it's not proven, or is that not how it works?
Well, no. His argument is, okay, do you believe that you're here, that men are here? And Peter answers yes, and he says, well, can you tell me how they got here? And Peter says, well, I was starting to, and then he says, but can you prove it? In other words,
can I answer the question? Hey, you keep asking me the same question, but can I answer it?
Yeah. And if you can't tell me how abiogenesis happened and how man began, if you don't have an answer for that, then you're not justified in believing that men are here, which is fucking stupid.
Well, it's solipsism.
It's worse than solipsism. It's just dumb.
And so I remember I was going to say is just the quick thing about how when Peter responded a few minutes ago with the answer, I don't know again, then his little Woody Woodpecker laugh came out, like he was,
like you really got him.
Yeah. Trying to say again, oh, what a coward.
Yeah. He can't tell me how we got here. And he believes that we're here.
And you got to take that laughter loop that you just made, and you've got to go find the theme song to the Woody Woodpecker cartoons and add it to that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because like
and then Sam's laugh. Yeah. Oh my God. Anyway,
does he ever come on your channel?
No, none of these people
living.
There's one like theist that really comes on here that I can remember, and that's Otangelo, who doesn't really come around that much anymore. Like I haven't seen Otangelo in like 3 or 4 days, actually.
Yeah, he's been really mad at me since I played Benny Hill's song. So he's been really irritated. Anyway, I think we beat this.
Speed. The thing is, I am much prettier than Benny Hill.
I thought you guys were twins.
Well, except for the fact that Benny Hill has gotten a lot more ass in his life than I have.
But I've noticed that like all of these guys will let atheists and those opposed to them come into their rooms, but some of them will even go to other channels where there are a lot of atheists. The one channel that they do not come on is this one. And I know it sounds pompous, but I think that people like Speed, people like me, people like Immutable, intimidate them because they know that we actually know what we're.
Oh, you froze, Leo. You were complimenting us and you froze. God damn it.
Complimenting and talking about how smart you are, but you haven't been able to successfully fix your internet problem.
It's not an internet problem. It's a StreamYard problem.
No, it's not.
Well, and Jerry Penna even said that he thinks I'm right because he has the same issue, and that he emailed StreamYard about it, and StreamYard said you have to close out all other applications and tabs and stuff that you're running.
Really?
And I notice that if I don't have YouTube up and running, it tends to run a little bit smoother. This is a StreamYard problem, not a problem of my internet. I'm on a 5G network with strong connection.
Again, I worded it wrong. It's because did you do that?
Did I do what?
Did follow their advice?
Yeah, I closed out YouTube, and it's been running a little bit more smoothly. That's how I know it's a StreamYard problem.
Yeah.
Because I can have YouTube open, Gmail open, Twitter open, doing something on Google Chrome, and be on either Zoom and Google Meet. No problems whatsoever. I do it on StreamYard, problems.
Yeah, I just find, I mean, and okay, I grant you could be right, but I just find it so hard to believe because like I have like a 10-year-old Chromebook, and I always have the StreamYard thing open when we're streaming and the pop-out chat in another window. Plus, I'm still getting notifications and everything, and I don't think I'm not saying I never go down, but I don't go down with the frequency that you do. Maybe it affects different systems different ways.
Yeah, I don't think you have a Chrome OS system. I'm assuming you have Microsoft.
No, I have Chrome OS.
How? It didn't come out until like 2018. You have a Chromebook, but I'm pretty sure it uses a Windows platform or a Microsoft. Yeah, the Windows. Maybe Linux.
Well, all I know is when I get the notification for an update, it says OS update. So
yeah, the OS just means operating system. Like Windows 10 is an OS. Then you have Mac OS, Chrome OS, Linux.
There you go. Molecular alchemy. It's not about proving. Can they prove when they ask us to prove abiogenesis? Ask them to prove that God done it. I mean, why ain't that fair? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, for them, it's a theory or a hypothesis until you ask them to prove it. But then when we have a theory or a hypothesis, they insist we prove it. You know, it's just bullshit. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I was going to say something else about this asshole. Oh, Redefined Living. Every time I go on chat when he's on, he's nothing but a string of insults. I mean, he just does nothing but spew insults.
Is that the name of his channel too?
I don't know. Does he have a channel?
Does he have a channel? Redefined Living? He might.
I don't know.
I think he does. But anyway, it's you know, I wonder if it's hemorrhoids because Gavin was sitting on that teddy bear in that video. So, and the only reason you would do that either is for a sexual kick of some weird variety, which I have no idea how that works, but it could be that or hemorrhoids, one or the other, right? Why would you sit on a teddy bear?
Who the fuck knows?
Oh, teddy bear. I thought I was learning about some new product.
Oh, no.
I thought you said titty bear.
Titty bear. Yeah, well, Gavin may have been sitting on a titty bear. We didn't get a clear look at the bear. It could have been a titty bear. Could have been a teddy bear. I've never seen a teddy bear.
Stupid fucking.
I want to see one.
That's not what I'm clicking on, you dumb stupid shit. God, Facebook is so fucking annoying. I don't even know why I still have it.
I don't know why you're on Facebook at all.
Well, I'm on Twitter 80% of the time. I don't really go on Facebook that much.
Wow, this is awkward.
What?
Because I asked somebody on Twitter, another YouTuber, hey, can you hook me up with so-and-so? I really like the graphics he did for your channel trailer. And so they set up a group chat with the three of us, and now I just got a message. Okay, so you can't talk to so-and-so on Twitter as you have him blocked. So I have very few people blocked, but usually they're people that are being real assholes. So
good reason to block them. Yeah.
I mean, now I'm wondering who the fuck it is. I mean, I know their name, but I mean, I don't know if that's their Twitter name or not.
Gavin is the original titty bear. He does look like a titty bear. I have seen a titty bear.
I keep wondering what happens if you go to that. Do they still have those Build-A-Bear stores? Maybe if you went and built one,
Mall of America.
Yeah, maybe if you went and built one, they might not kick you out.
Build a teddy bear.
Yeah, I just want to see that though. I want to get that on.
Aren't there a bunch of little kids in those places? If you started building a teddy bear, I got a feeling you'd be escorted.
Yeah, what's the problem? I don't know.
You'd be escorted by mall security very quickly out the door.
I got now that he said that, I have to next time I'm on a porn site, I'm gonna search titty bear.
I'm sure there's titty bear porn out there.
And I'm gonna shit my pants if Gavin pops up.
Oh shit. Anyway. So that was my night last night. I had this on me and I got up and listened to that shit, and got into that whole thing. And I really wish Peter had showed up. Anyway.
Well, it would be cool to have him on.
Yeah. It would be cool. I reached out to him this morning about me going on his show, or because he does occasionally interview atheists about their beliefs, or the other way around. So, but he's well, he can hit our weather report because it's like 9 o'clock for him when we start. So maybe tomorrow. He just didn't get any sleep last night, so he'd been up too long. He will show up.
Now, was he there for that whole 6-hour stream?
No,
or was just part of it?
I think he was. They boot him out here, so they do boot him in a few minutes. I forget exactly what it is. Let's see, where do they boot him out? He disappears at some point. Oh, he's there for a little while. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's listen to the boot part. Okay.
Let's do something different. Let's start with the God model, which I'm really curious about because you haven't presented that to me.
Peter.
I will send you. I think it's 40,000 links of papers on abiogenesis, and you can shift through that just like I did, and find.
No, that's not where they boot him. And I think he may have been on earlier. Yeah. Okay, they booted him right there, right? Okay.
I can't deal with Peter's tap dancing, dipping, dodging.
I love this. I asked for evidence.
Yep. That's where they booted him. So that was it. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's just a gaslighting game that they do with people that probably outclass them in terms of logic, proof, and whatever. So
yeah.
So just to prepare, if you ever go on one of these creation sites, they're going to gaslight you at some point if you're presenting good arguments.
They keep inviting me in, and I keep refusing to go for that reason. They will either boot me or mute me. Boot or mute. That's all you get from these fuckers.
Because if you
I edit that a little better. I like it. Anyway,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm not sure where else. I thought Peter had been on earlier. Well, there's Denny. There's
Danny. There's Danny.
Danny's everywhere.
Did they boot him?
I don't think they ever boot Danny because Danny kind of.
Yeah, and there was what's his name? The dude. Who's the dude with the beard? I can't remember his name.
Dwayne Burke. Dwayne Burke. The guy in the lower right.
Yeah. The guy on the right on the bottom.
Yeah, who's he?
He's got like a YouTube channel.
Is he creationist or?
I can't remember.
Okay. Well, we'll have to put him in our database. I don't know why I do this stuff. Why do I do this stuff? Oh, fuck! Sunshine. It quit snowing. And it's almost 4 and the sun is still visible. That means spring is coming. Summer's coming.
It's 10 minutes to 5. What are you talking about?
It's 10 to 4 in the only time zone in the universe, which is central. What? No, they call it central time zone because it's central. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, and actually it's not central because there's 4 fucking time zones. How can the second time zone be central if there's 4 of them?
It's central because it's in the word, John. It's right in the word.
Well,
it says it's a code.
It's a misnomer.
If they say it's a code, then God did it. If they say it's central, then it's center of the universe. Central. I'm sorry. Right in the word. It's right in the fucking word.
So it's true because it's centralifical force.
Yeah, centralifical force. Okay, and here we have Danny. Ooh, Danny's a lot of Danny here. And then I can't find. I'm not sure where else he was in. This is a 6-hour stream, so kind of hard to poke around it and figure shit out. But anyway, guys, want to call it for the night, for the day?
Sure.
Okay. So, goodbye, cruel world. We're leaving.
I'll watch the Rages channel around 6 o'clock tonight. He's going to be streaming again, talking about nonsense.
Okay, good. The Rage at 6. 6 Central?
6 in the only time zone is.
Okay. Goodbye. And in broadcast.